Well, this is Jared with Stampede Blue, and this is your Indianapolis Colts post-game wrap. The Colts lost today on the road to the Baltimore Ravens in overtime. Final score 31-25. I hope you hit the Colts plus 6.5 like I told you to, because that baby hit. In any case, Carson Wentz had himself a football game today, kids. 25 for 35, 402 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, only sacked twice on third down in the first half. Otherwise, pretty well protected. Pretty good quarterback you got there, guys. Need to protect that quarterback. Supposed to be a mobile quarterback, 2 carries, 5 yards. Something to keep your eye on. However, Colts did rush the ball effectively. 26 carries, 123 yards. That's 4.7 yards a carry, and we like those numbers. Jonathan Taylor, 3 catches for 116 yards and a touchdown, and basically Mr. All World. Michael Pittman, 6 catches for 89 yards and a grown man touchdown. Paris Campbell, 4 catches, 56 yards. Good to see him on his way back. Mo Cox, 3 for 50, stroking it. And then Lamar Jackson, quiet first half. Colts appeared to have him under control. Really liked the defensive line stunts they were doing. It seemed to stymie um, Lamar Jackson in the first half. But in the second half, man, 28 for 31, 331 yards, but 37 for 43, 442 yards, 4 touchdowns, only sacked twice. Had himself a hell of a football game. 14 carries for 62 yards. He really does is a game changer. And it's not even necessarily elite. Yeah, it really is. It is elite athleticism, isn't it? But I feel like a lot of times he just makes decisions and he turns left and you're just like, yeah, but if you'd be like a pretty good football player and still make that cut. But I digress. The way the Ravens attack the Colts is exactly kind of how I would attack the Colts. You see, the Colts had a middle linebacker right beside Darius Leonard, Walker. Yeah, you remember him? And they didn't bother to replace him. So if I'm drawing up a game plan against the Colts, I see a hole. Well, I don't think the Colts are very deep defensively, so any player that goes down injured, I can attack their backup. And then really, um, since I just told you that they lost a pretty good inside linebacker and didn't replace him, and we're gonna attack that. My tight end Mark Andrews had 11 catches for 147 yards and 2 touchdowns and extra point and 2 point conversions and was basically the difference in the game. And then once Xavier Rhodes went down, Marquise Brown went 9 for 125 and 2. So like I said, the Ravens seemed pretty content to try to spread the ball around until they find a hole in your defense. Whether that's by confirmation of what they suspect to be true and then actual on-field happenings, unlike what I feel like the Colts do it all. See, that's going to be my gripe. It's not Carson Wentz. And yeah, offensive line, pretty bad, but only gave up 2 sacks. And he had like well over 500 yards of offense. So I don't even feel like it's the offense. Defense put the clamps on the Ravens in the first half. This is coaching. This is bad personnel management. This is attempting to kick field goals with an injured kicker. This is, you know what this is? This is somebody has sown a lie into like the NFL and has said availability is the best ability. Okay, this capitalistic shit is destroying our sport. And so as a result, what's happening is that guys that probably shouldn't be playing are playing. And guys that are absolutely should be playing aren't playing. And see, what you have is it's called a bad message. When you have a bad message, like teaching your players that availability is the best stability of all abilities, it's not. Elite speed and athleticism, and you being 100 fucking percent, and your head being 100 fucking percent in this game, and you knowing 100% of the fucking playbook, and being really excited to be here and play football, those things are like way more important. But alas, the problem here is that in-game management is poor, personnel management is poor. Where is Chris Ballard? Why haven't the Colts done more to address what appears again to be a poor offensive line? Um, some of the play calling just was so bad that like the defense was all over it, and there was some risks taken even that I felt like was a mistake. Even late with 6 seconds left in the game, I felt like she just kicked the fucking ball and not be all risky and shit. You know what I mean? Like try to get him to the right side. I why? And again, I've said from moment one, there's look at Urban Meyer, look at John Gruden just resigned. Frank Reich is in the safest job on the planet. So expect, so long as the Colts have injury troubles, to not be head and shoulders better than the 11 across from them, and to frequently play themselves into situations and then play themselves out of good situations because they're not well led. And it's just very apparent to me. Very apparent to me. I don't feel like our game plan attacks their weaknesses like theirs attacks ours, and it's that evident to see in the end, right? Um, I guess that, I mean, right? You would think the Colts have a dinged up quarterback. You only get sacked twice. He 25 for 35. You had a pretty good day. I could go on forever. Regardless, the Colts are 1-4, and in trouble, and it's the hits don't stop. The Colts get to host the Texans, uh, and the 49ers and Titans are the next three games. So, um, division game coming up, must win. Pretty much can tell you whether the franchise has any hopes for the playoff based on how seriously they take next week's game. A lot of people are going to hinge the Colts season on this week, and I'm just going to postpone that 1 week and say, I kind of got to see what you bring for the Texans, because even though the Colts took the Ravens uh, to overtime on their own field, I could tell you that the Colts are a couple calls away from that not being a football game. And then, yeah, I think that's where I gotta drop it. This has been Jared with Stampede Blue. Make sure, if you're watching my videos, please subscribe to my channel if you feel like I'm saying anything halfway relevant. Uh, Dan Dawkins is out lately. There's not a lot of us left. But yeah, you can follow me on Twitter at Likely Alien. You can follow my podcast. It comes out. Uh, Man, bad season to start my own podcast, right? We're 1-4. Uh, you can like the podcast on Twitter at the Cultist. I uploaded it to my YouTube channel. I should probably upload it to Castus. I'll get around to that. But yeah, try to enjoy your work week this week, knowing that the season might not hinge on this game. It just might hinge on Sunday's game. This has been Jared with Stampede Blues. This has been your Indianapolis Colts post game wrap. Have a good one, everybody. Go Colts. Something like that.